do basic things.
Okay.
And do the basic things well. That means, first of all, paying off any credit card debt if you have it, setting aside a small emergency fund if you have medical expenses, or if you are in between jobs, saving regularly through SIPs or through other mediums, and having a long-term orientation. Anything work related. I am up at 4:30 or 5 every morning, including today.
4:30 or 5
in the morning.
He could be known as the Akshay Kumar of this industry now. Okay.
I don't own a TV. I don't watch Netflix, and I don't have Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So that is the one thing that has allowed me to have time to pursue this passion.
This is such an amazing story, but इसी बीच I have one more question.
Sure.
Since you said you started your career with Goldman, so what was your first salary and what did you do with it? Did you invest or did you spend?
So my wife and I were blessed with a baby boy in June of this year.
Correct.
And he is the love of our lives. If anything, it has only reinforced the need for long-term investing, because all of his needs are well taken care of today by the grace of God. But we would like to send him to a good college eventually, and to leave him with a small corpus to get started in life when he finishes college.
Hello guys, and welcome to our channel Wealthy Talks and to our series #Meri Investment Story, powered by Wealthy, a wealth management platform that has over 800 plus financial products and thousands of wealth partners. Wealthy is a one-stop solution for all your investment needs. Do check it out now. Well guys, आज हम आपके लिए लेके आए एक बहुत ही exciting story. मतलब लेके क्या आए, मैं तो ये कहूँगा हम खुद चल के आए. Yes, we have come all the way from Bangalore to Mumbai to meet this amazing personality. Our guest is someone who has definitely studied in the US but is completely an Indian by heart. उनका contribution financial space में काफ़ी ज़्यादा रहा है और उनकी life journey भी बहुत inspiring है. So without taking much of your time and anyone's time, I welcome Mr. Nalin Moniz, the CIO of Edelweiss Group. So thank you so much, Nalin, for joining us here today, and welcome to our show #Meri Investment Story. And as you know, the format of our show, we are going to ask you quick 5 to 6 questions and then play a quick rapid fire round with you. So are you excited about it?
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to being with the audience.
Great. So starting with my very first question, a little about your background and your journey. We all know that you have spent a good amount of time in US. Then you came back to India, started your own company, Forefront Capital, and now CIO at Edelweiss. Would you like to take us through this journey and tell us about how and why you have been stuck in the financial space?
I wouldn't say stuck. I've really enjoyed my time in the financial space. I grew up in Bombay. My dad was in finance.
Okay.
So even growing up around the dinner table, we heard conversations about the stock market or about investing. My first formal exposure to finance was in my ICSE years when I studied accounts. And then I studied at Wharton in the US.
Okay.
Majored in finance and statistics. So with all of that academic background, it was a natural extension for me to take a job on Wall Street after I graduated. I started my career at Goldman Sachs Asset Management.
In the US only?
In the US.
Okay.
And I've always been in the fund management space.
Okay.
I worked at Goldman Sachs for 4 years. And then after the financial crisis, I had this kida that I should come back to India and start my own business. And the India of today offers so many entrepreneurial opportunities for people who want to start businesses. And I said, let me take advantage of that, come back home and try and build my own fund management company. So I returned in 2009 to start Forefront Capital. And we started very, very small, built that business one investment and one investor at a time from 2009 to 2014. We made a lot of mistakes along the way, but as I said, those mistakes were small and we corrected them quickly. In 2014, we realized that the business needed a lot more investment than just investment talent. And we felt the right home was at a platform like Edelweiss Mutual Fund. So we were acquired by Edelweiss Mutual Fund, and I have been delighted to be a part of Edelweiss MF for the last 9 years.
Oh, I mean, wow, this is such an amazing story. But Isi Beach, I have one more question.
Sure.
Since you said you started your career with Goldman, so what was your first salary and what did you do with it? Did you invest or did you spend?
So I don't remember my first salary because it was not
approximately.
Abhi yaad nahi hai yaar. If you look at my old salary slips, but I didn't save much.
Okay.
So yeah, that was a mistake that I made. You know, when you're 21, you're living in New York. First of all, a lot of money gets eaten up by taxes and rent. But whatever else I had in my pocket, I went out and spent and enjoyed myself. And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah,
but I should have saved a little bit along the way.
Okay, great. So this brings me to my next question. How does your decision making change when you are taking decisions about your personal finances versus managing portfolios?
Right. So when I manage portfolios for clients, it is obviously with a specific mandate, with a specific set of rules, a specific set of constraints. When you're managing your own money, you have a lot more freedom to maybe dabble, to try things. But the boring answer is that my approach really doesn't change that much. We are focused on long-term investments. We're focused on investing in good quality businesses, backing good promoters, and investing in companies at a reasonable price. And that approach holds true whether I'm doing it in our funds for investors or I'm doing it for my own money individually.
Great. Well, that's amazing. I mean, this is really something that I have learned right now, and I have been telling our viewers as well that you should think long term and you should invest long term. Well, moving on to our next question. Congratulations, first of all. We got to know you have recently turned father, and I'm sure you would be really happy about it. But now, since you are a father, how has your, views on investments and your financial, planning changed? Because I'm sure before being a father, you would have a different financial goal. And now because you are a father, you would have decided certain things that should go only for your kid or for your family.
Right. So my wife and I were blessed with a baby boy in June of this year.
Correct.
And he is the love of our lives. If anything, it has only reinforced the need for long-term investing because all of his needs are well taken care of today by the grace of God. But we would like to send him to a good college eventually and to leave him with a small corpus to get started in life when he finishes college. So we have started some basic SIPs in mutual funds to build towards that goal. We are a long way off, but he's only 5.5 months today. So we have a good 15, 16 years at least before this money is needed, and we can really benefit from India's growth story and from long-term compounding for Remy's education. His name is Remy. Remy.
Oh, that's an amazing name. Well, great. So moving on to my next question to you. We have got to know one more thing about you. You are a big fitness enthusiastic, and you spend a lot of time in participating in different, fitness campaigns like marathons. So our viewers, and including me as well, would definitely want to know, how do you manage your work-life balance? Because you have family, you have such a big business to look after, and then your great passion towards fitness. How do you maintain this work-life balance?
So I think the pandemic has taught us that health is just as important as wealth.
Correct.
And both compound over a period of time. So what I try and do is a little bit of exercise, a little bit of activity every single day. And I do that in the morning before work, so it doesn't interrupt anything work related. I am up at 4:30 or 5 every morning, including today.
4:30 or 5?
In the morning.
He could be known as the Akshay Kumar of this industry now. Okay.
But in order to do that every day, you also have to sleep on time.
Correct.
And my secret is that I don't own a TV, I don't watch Netflix, and I don't have Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So that is the one thing that has allowed me to have time to pursue this passion outside of work.
But I hope after this interview is out, you will watch it. You will watch at least this one on YouTube.
So I said I have YouTube. So YouTube mere paas hai, but I'd say no Netflix
and no Amazon Prime
and no TV.
TV. Great. Okay. So my next question to the Akshay Kumar of this industry is, so India has been a land of, savers rather than investors. So, and nowadays we are seeing a lot of wealth management, content going on here and there. What is exactly your opinion on wealth management, and how do people should actually manage their wealth? Because there are a lot of people in this country who are still confused whether I should save 50% or I should invest 50% or I should save, let's say, 70% and invest just 30%. So what is your opinion about it?
So I want to share a story with you.
Please.
I come from a middle class family, and in my parents' generation, all of the savings went into SBI fixed deposits,
Okay.
into one or two investment properties,
Real estate.
and then a little bit of jewelry for my mom. That was in the 1980s and in the 1990s. But today, people are looking at more avenues of financial investments, things like mutual funds, direct equities, portfolio management services, AIF, and so many other options that are available to investors. And with the explosion in the number of options, you also need somebody to hold your hand and to guide you. And there is where a good wealth manager can help you formulate a plan like we have for our son, Remy, and help you to meet that goal through various financial investments. So wealth management is very important. Knowledge is very important, and people are seeking knowledge more and more online. So through YouTube channels, through media articles, through journals, and so many other mediums of communication.
Correct.
So I'm very, very optimistic about the wealth management industry, and I would urge everybody to engage with an advisor, because advice is what, as we say at Edelweiss Mutual Fund, advice is zaruri hai.
Mutual fund advice is only that's completely great. Yeah, great. So moving on to my last question to you, since we have learned so much in this particular session, if you had to give certain useful tips to our viewers on managing their own finances and learning how should they learn first, what would be those certain tips and tricks that you can tell our viewers that this is how you should manage your investments, and this is how then you can double it up?
So my mantra is very simple. First is do basic things.
Okay.
And do the basic things well. That means, first of all, paying off any credit card debt if you have it, setting aside a small emergency fund if you have medical expenses, or if you are in between jobs, saving regularly through SIPs or through other mediums, and having a long-term orientation. These are very, very basic things, but if you just do these one or two fundamentals well, you'll be surprised by how well your portfolio will grow over a period of time. So that is the my mantra, do the basics and do the basics well.
Okay. But while doing basics, I'm sure a lot of people will make losses or will make mistakes. Have you made such mistakes or have you made losses? Then how did you learn from it?
Yes, so I have taken quite a few thappads
Okay.
along the way. Making mistakes is part of the journey.
Okay.
The key thing that I always say is that make mistakes quickly and make mistakes small.
Okay.
So if you're trying something new, like a new asset class or a new fund, start with a small amount. And if you realize it is a mistake, exit it and get your money back quickly. Don't let it fester and don't let it become large. One of my other mantras is always sleep easy at night.
This is very important.
Which is very, very,
very important.
And that's true whether you're sleeping at 9 o'clock like I am, or if you're a night owl like of our other viewers and listeners.
I sleep at 4.
At 4. So he sleeps at 4, I wake up at 4, but we both sleep easy at night.
Correct.
And if you have applied common sense, if you have done the basics, if you have kept it simple, I can assure you that you will sleep easy at night. So I don't do any leverage trading. I don't do any, short-term punting. I'm not investing in any crypto or anything else that would cause me to have gray hair. And I think that is also the secret to longevity, happiness, and financial freedom.
Great. Awesome. So Nalin, it was really amazing, with all the answers that you have said. And one thing that I will repeat once again, he is the new Akshay Kumar of the financial space. But as you know, like I said, we are going to play a fun rapid fire round with you, and we call this at Wealthy Fun O'Clock. So are you ready for it?
Absolutely. So since we're talking Bollywood, this is your version of Coffee with Karan.
Correct. Exactly. But I'm not as classy as Karan, sorry. My first question to you is, how do you define success in one word?
Having everything that you want.
Great. What is the best advice that someone has ever, given to you?
Think long term.
Okay. If you could meet one person from history, who would you like to meet and why?
I would say Mahatma Gandhi.
Why?
Because he is the father of India.
Correct.
And, he was somebody who really had that long-term vision in his struggle and fight against the British.
Great. Would you rather be the richest person or the smartest person?
I would say the smartest person.
Yeah, because if you will be smart, you will know how to be rich.
Yes.
Correct. Great.
Trick question.
Great. If you had to write a book, what would you write about? I think I know fitness.
No, I would say long-term thinking.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So, it was really fun. Thank you so much once again for coming to our show.
Having me on.
And it's going to be a really, really awesome episode once you watch it. Cool. So guys, ये तो थी हैशटैग मेरी इन्वेस्टमेंट स्टोरी बाय नलिन। अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया तो प्लीज़ इस वीडियो को लाइक करें और शेयर ज़रूर करें और हमें ज़रूर बताएं अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट स्टोरी बाय पुटिंग हैशटैग मेरी इन्वेस्टमेंट स्टोरी and tagging Wealthy along with your 3 friends. Some of the best inspiring stories will stand a chance to feature on the Wealthy page along with some gift hampers. तो सोचो नहीं, शेयर करो. Think wealth, get wealthy.